When wiring a table saw and planer, it is essential to adhere to the manufacturer's instructions and relevant electrical codes, specifically 110.3. This ensures safe and proper operation of the tools. The table saw, as per the information, requires protection with a 40 amp time lag fuse. The planer requires protection with a 20 amp time lag fuse. The table saw requires a minimum wire size of number 10. The planer requires a minimum wire size of number 12. Given these requirements, fuse boxes should be installed specifically for this installation. Circuit breakers are not an acceptable substitute for time lag fuses in motor protection. Both tools come with a cord and plug installed, which indicates that they are intended to be plugged into a receptacle. The receptacles for both tools should be rated for 20 amps or higher to accommodate the specified fuse ratings. You should use copper or copper-clad aluminum conductors for the wiring. The receptacle should be installed in a location where they are readily accessible for servicing and maintenance. To perform the installation, firstly, install a 40 amp fuse in a fuse box for the table saw, and secondly, install a 20 amp fuse in a fuse box for the planer. Thirdly, run number 10 wire to the receptacle for the table saw, and fourthly, run number 12 wire to the receptacle for the planer. Fifthly, install 20 amp or higher receptacles for both tools. Sixthly, confirm that the receptacles are properly grounded. Seventhly, test the installation to ensure proper operation and safety. It is critical to verify local building and electrical codes for any additional requirements or variations that may apply. These steps will ensure the tools are wired safely and in compliance with both the manufacturer's specifications and electrical codes. A closer examination of the wiring requirements involves several key considerations. The selection of the correct wire size is paramount to prevent overheating and potential fire hazards. Number 10 wire is specified for the table saw due to its higher amperage requirement, while number 12 wire is adequate for the planer. These wire sizes must be maintained throughout the entire circuit from the fuse box to the receptacle. When running the wires, it's crucial to follow established wiring practices. This includes securing the wires properly within the electrical boxes and using appropriate connectors to ensure a solid and safe connection. Avoid any sharp bends or kinks in the wire, as these can create hotspots and reduce the wire's current carrying capacity. Additionally, ensure that the wires are adequately protected from physical damage, especially in areas where they may be exposed to impact or abrasion. Proper grounding is another critical aspect of the installation. Grounding provides a low resistance path for fault currents, which helps to trip the circuit protection device in the event of a short circuit or ground fault. This protects both the equipment and the user from electrical shock. The grounding conductor should be connected to the receptacle's grounding terminal and should run back to the main electrical panel, where it is connected to the grounding electrode system. Ensuring a solid and reliable ground connection is essential for safety. The choice of receptacle is also an important consideration. While both tools are rated for 15 amps at 230 volts, the receptacle should be rated for 20 amps or higher to accommodate the specified fuse ratings. This provides an additional safety margin and ensures that the receptacle can handle the potential current draw of the tools. The receptacle should be installed in a location that is convenient for use and readily accessible for servicing and maintenance. They should also be protected from moisture and physical damage. The fuse boxes play a critical role in protecting the tools and the electrical system from overcurrents. The 40 amp time lag fuse for the table saw and the 20 amp time lag fuse for the planer are specifically chosen to match the tool's operating characteristics. Time lag fuses, also known as slow blow fuses, are designed to withstand temporary overloads, such as those that occur when a motor starts up. This prevents nuisance tripping while still providing protection against sustained overcurrents. Circuit breakers are not an acceptable substitute for time lag fuses in motor protection. Circuit breakers typically trip faster than time lag fuses, which can lead to unnecessary interruptions in the operation of the tools. When installing the fuse boxes, it is important to follow the manufacturer's instructions and all applicable electrical codes. The fuse boxes should be mounted securely and in a location that is readily accessible for inspection and maintenance. The fuses should be properly sized and labeled, and the fuse boxes should be clearly marked to indicate the tools they protect. Testing the installation is the final step in the process. Before putting the tools into operation, it is essential to test the installation to ensure that it is working properly and safely. This includes verifying the voltage at the receptacles, checking the polarity of the wiring, and testing the ground connection. Additionally, it is important to operate the tools under normal conditions to ensure that the circuit protection devices are functioning correctly and that there are no signs of overheating or other problems. If any issues are detected, they should be addressed immediately before using the tools. To elaborate further on the specific installation steps, consider the following details. Firstly, when installing the 40-amp fuse in a fuse box for the table saw and the 20-amp fuse in a fuse box for the planer, ensure that the fuse boxes themselves are appropriately rated for the voltage and amperage of the circuits. The fuse boxes should be mounted securely to a solid surface and should be easily accessible for future maintenance or replacement of fuses. Use appropriate wiring connectors and ensure that all connections are tight and secure. Secondly, when running number 10 wire to the receptacle for the table saw and number 12 wire to the receptacle for the planer, it is crucial to follow a consistent wiring path and avoid any sharp bends or kinks in the wire. Use cable staples or other appropriate fasteners to secure the wiring to the building structure, ensuring that the wiring is adequately supported and protected from physical damage. Maintain proper spacing between the wiring and other objects, such as pipes or ductwork, to prevent overheating or interference. Thirdly, when installing 20-amp or higher receptacles for both tools, ensure that the receptacles are properly grounded and that the grounding conductor is securely connected to the receptacle's grounding terminal. Use a receptacle tester to verify that the receptacle is wired correctly and that the polarity is correct. The receptacle should be mounted securely in the electrical boxes and should be protected from moisture and physical damage. Fourthly, when confirming that the receptacles are properly grounded, use a multimeter to measure the resistance between the receptacle's grounding terminal and a known ground point, such as a metal water pipe. The resistance should be very low, ideally less than 1 ohm, to ensure a good ground connection. Inspect the grounding conductor for any signs of damage or corrosion and replace it if necessary. Fifthly, when testing the installation to ensure proper operation and safety, use a voltage tester to verify that the voltage at the receptacles is within the acceptable range, typically 230 volts plus or minus 10%. Operate the tools under normal conditions and monitor the current draw to ensure that it is within the rated capacity of the circuit. Check for any signs of overheating, such as hot spots on the wiring or receptacles, and address any issues immediately. Finally, always consult the local building and electrical codes for any additional requirements or variations that may apply. These codes may specify additional requirements for wiring methods, grounding, or overcurrent protection, and it is important to comply with these requirements to ensure a safe and code-compliant installation. If you are unsure about any aspect of the installation, it is always best to consult with a qualified electrician. By following these detailed steps and adhering to all applicable codes and regulations, you can ensure that the table saw and planer are wired correctly and safely. This will provide years of reliable service and protect both the equipment and the user from electrical hazards. Remember that electrical work can be dangerous, and it is always best to err on the side of caution. If you are not comfortable performing the work yourself, hire a qualified electrician to do it for you.